But we should get on to the next topic. How about that?
Yeah, how about that?
All right, let's have some StarCraft.
StarCraft. Holla, holla at your boys in StarCraft League.
Yeah, buddy. So, GSL is going on right now.
Zero Terrans
Here,
in that.
let's talk about the race distribution. So, in the round of 32, the first round of the GSL Code S, there were 16 Protoss players, 13 Zerg players, and you're like, okay,
That's,
that's even
that's
quite a
pretty
lot.
good. It's pretty good.
3 Terran.
What?
What craziness! Only 3 Terran players. So that's exciting. And they were Maru, Supernova, and Byong, if I remember that correct.
Maru. That's my
Yep.
boy.
And Supernova failed to make it through the first round, so that left us
He
with a
got 2 0'd.
race distribution of 9 Protoss, 2 Terran, 5 Zerg. Young failed to make it out of the round of 16, and so that left us with 5 Protoss, 1 Terran.
Dude, what is going on with Terran?
Not in a good place right now. Yeah, and like you don't see any of the names except for Maru. You're not seeing names like Flash or Innovation or even
Yeah. I
Bomber.
mean, Maru and Byong are. I mean, those are 2 really good Terrans. Supernova is not.
He's a really big deal. He got to the round 8 in one season of GSL last year. I don't remember what season it was. He's got potential. He just doesn't have the consistency of some of the others. But
And even with this 2-0 thing, you don't have any time to really prove yourself against a.
So I will say that not all the best Terran players are in Korea right now. Bomber being in North America, MVP and MMA are both in Europe, and they're 2 of the best Terran players in the world. They're both 3 of them are Korean, but none of them are in Korea.
But they're in Europe.
Right? One in North America, so there is that. So there really could be up to as many as like 6 Terran in the first round. But even if that's the case, it is not really a good race distribution.
No, yeah.
So it's pretty clear that Protoss is doing pretty well right now, right? Like you look down this list, Protoss is doing okay. And in the finals of IEM just last weekend, which was for $100,000, first place, that was a crazy tournament. First place payout was $100,000. Second place payout was $0.
What? They didn't have a second place payout?
Take all.
Wow, I like that.
I think it's brutal.
I love that, actually.
Final and SOS won it. So SOS has won 2 tournaments in the past like 6 months. They just have the World Championship Series and the IEM World Championship, both for $100,000 first place payouts.
No, he wanted that so bad.
He'll fix it if it's worth $100,000.
Oh my!
Finals for less than $100K. Ridiculous.
That's
yeah.
good. And then he gets 3-0'd in the quarterfinal rounds.
Pretty jet lagged. Yeah, because I watched the first. If you go to the YouTube channel, you can watch the first game of the series for free. So I went and did, and he looked real tired, and Zest just like knew what he was. It felt like Zest prepared, and SOS didn't, right? Because SOS went and played a different tournament the week before, and Zest spent that entire week preparing specifically for SOS. So SOS a little bit of a disadvantage for that match. Yeah.
Why was he so jet lagged? Did he just not get there?
He just got.
And
where did I happen?
You cut out.
Can you hear me?
Now I can.
Where did IEM happen? I don't remember.
Let's look that up.
It ended on Sunday. His GSL match was on Tuesday. Can you hear me?
Now I can. I was like, oh, I lost you.
Hear the scheduling I just said.
IEM was on Thursday. What did you say?
Sunday.
Sunday. I heard a day. I was like,
And his GSL match was on Tuesday morning.
oh.
And his
So
I
he had to
was not in Korea.
fly around halfway across the world. Not really, but
It was in London. It was in London. IEM finals were in London.
yeah.
So he was pretty jealous.
Yeah, just a little bit.
The thing is, Hero was also, and he almost beat Rain.
That is a badass trophy.
The GSL trophy?
The IEM trophy.
Pretty cool.
There's literally no one in there. I'm watching the video. There's no one in there. And that is a huge trophy.
Yeah. So we're down to of the GSL Code S. Zest versus Rain and Life versus Sue. What are your predictions?
Oh my gosh. Well, Zest 3-0'd SOS.
He did.
So that's pretty noticeable.
It is. It is, in fact, quite noticeable. I noticed.
That's the first thing I noticed.
One listed, so there's that.
Life. I would have to watch the Life and Maru game, but Life only won by one game.
Yeah.
It went down to the tiebreaker game.
I mean, that's versus Maru.
Maru's really good, so I think I'm gonna go Life and Zest.
Rain is possibly my favorite player. I really like Rain, and so I'm going to say that I want to see Rain versus the finals. That I'm really happy.
You'd be real happy.
Sue, his ZVZ tends to be his weakest matchup. Said he 3-0'd Sulky last year. So that was pretty decent. I hear.
Yeah, I hear he's pretty good. Well, Sulky got 2-0'd in Group B. He didn't even make it.
How was it? I knocked my earbud out, so I'm sorry if you said. But where did he get? Where did he lose this tournament?
No, Sulky got 2-0'd in Group B in this GSL.
Yeah, in a group stage 1 or 2.
2.
So they lost in the round of 16. Yeah, he lost Maru and Zest, who were both. What? Look at that group.
Maru, Zest, Jin, and Sulky.
That is a brutal death for sure. Well,
Rain parting Classic Squirtle.
That's another group of.
That's another group of death right there.
Maru, Deer, and Sulky all won GSL last year.
Well, SOS, Life, and Roro. That's also a really good group too.
It's good also, but I'm just saying, like last Maru, Deer, Sulky all won the GSL. So 3 of the 4 winners from last year were in that group.
We're in that group.
So there's that.
Dang.
So that's crazy. So I don't know if you can really fault Sulky for not making it through that group. That was pretty nuts. Yeah. So that's crazy. So I would love to see a Rain v Life final. Can we? Is it safe to say that Life is back? Can we make that statement?
If he wins this, then I think that you can say that. But it depends it depends if he wins outright. If he wins outright and doesn't drop a match in the semifinals and then goes to finals and wins by at least 2, then I would say he's back.
What? He has 3-0, 3-1 people to win to be back? Like winning a GSL doesn't mean you're back.
All right. Back to what? Because that's really, when you think of Life and back when he was good, that's what he would do to people.
I mean, yeah, but he still lost some tournaments.
He still lost some tournaments, but he also won a lot of games and matches and tournaments by a lot of sets.
LG Tournament of Champions, which was in the middle of his monstrous run, he got 3-0'd by parting in a tournament of champions. And then what did he do? He came back and he won the next tournament. Like,
yeah,
it happens.
it always happens. I mean,
yeah.
the best team in the league could always lose against the worst.
So, yeah, I think he's not back to the level of dominance he was by any means.
Okay, that's what I was getting at. Like, when you say back, what do you mean, like, back?
Form, like, to where he's going to be consistently a Zerg you're looking to make noise, to win, like, potentially win the tournament, to go far, to carry the Zerg banner, I guess.
So you're saying, like, he's going to be, every tournament he'll be in, he's going to be at least a contender.
That's what I'm saying.
I could see that. If he wins this, I would say that he's back to contending.
To the EM semifinals before losing to Hero. Or,
who?
Yeah, Life lost to Hero in the semifinals via EM, I think. I think so, at least. I don't really remember. But he was up there. He placed quite well at IEM. Zerg alive. So there's that. No, he lost to Tasia. That's right.
Why did it give me this? Apparently I'm watching the SOS Tasia semifinal in the IEM.
Yeah, Life lost to Tasia in the quarterfinals. But, there was that. But I don't know. And then maybe we'll see Sue crush him and win the whole thing. That'd be nice.
I think it's a confidence level issue with Life.
I think probably a lot of it is too. I think it did take him a while to adjust to the style of Zerg, which he still doesn't play. He's still just like, I have Zerglings. I will win with
Zerglings. Will win.
About Life, like, that's what's fun about watching Life play, is that very rarely did Life go up to, like, Brood Lord and Fester, when that was the winning strategy in every game.
That was the strat, yeah.
You just went Brood Lord and Fester and won. He would do that. Some games he would, but, like, most of the time he was just like, my Zerglings are actually Ultralisks.
So you would say that Life is definitely an early game player. He's gonna, because like you said, he's not gonna tech up to Broodlord and Fester, which is a late mid game, late game kind of thing you would go for.
In terms of like unit composition, you look at that and you say, yes, Life is clearly a strong early game player. And struggles in the late game. But when you look at his games and actually watch, that's not really true.
That's not the case.
Plays out just typically, no. He will have Zerglings running all up in your bases, all up in your probe lines or your worker lines at like 35 minutes into the game.
And that's just a harassment thing. Like, his APM is so high that he can do that.
Exactly, like his multitasking is so nuts. Like, Life has never been kind of like mechanically the most solid Zerg player out there. Like far and away, J-Dog, when you think of like a Zerg with just like solid, methodical, just never missing mechanics, you think of J-Dog.
Yeah. Always hitting your timings and stuff.
Tasking that just gets the job done in strange ways and just like can make plays happen. You think of Life because he's just like, yeah, he just has
it's so instinctive.
He's just got like a sixth sense, like sick game sense, where he's like, I'll bet there's nothing walling you in right now. I'll 25 Zerglings into your worker line, no problem. And then
no problem, got this.
And he's just like, so he's crazy, but
that's crazy.
Sue is really good, so maybe.
Yeah, like all these players are really. It's so hard to make a decision on who's gonna win because they're all really good players. Mm-hmm. It's like, I don't know. It's like having Sporting KC going up against Seattle Sounders and LA Galaxy and Real Salt Lake. Like, who's gonna win out of those four?
Well,
anybody.
We did last season, so
And we did, so S my D. That's my D, Real.
Well, that's StarCraft. Should we move on then to our last conversation piece of the night, or do you have anything else you would like to discuss?
So you had Life and Rain getting into the...
Yeah, it's more of a wishful thinking than anything else. But yeah, Life Rain, because that's what I want to see.
And do you think Life is gonna win that? Who do you think is gonna win the GSL Codex?
I think Life. I'm saying Life is back.
I'm gonna agree with that too. I think my pick with Life and Zest. I think Life can beat Zest.
Watch, it's gonna be Sue Zest, and Sue will 3-0.
Because anything can happen.
So, yep, neither of us gave Sue any acknowledgement, and he's just gonna crap on everybody. Wow, I just looked at the title of this broadcast. So there we go.